Good morning from Venezuela, the city of Venezuela. I'm jogging in the president's office. Venezuela this morning. Smelling of fungus.
Yes, there is an update that you need to hear. An update that Simon Ekpa has fled to Venezuela from Finland. Simon Ekpa, I repeat, he is no more in Finland. He has gone to Venezuela. That is a report we are getting online. It is related, according to the report, it is related to the fact that the Finland government wants to extradite Simon Ekpa, according to the report. So there are some reports that you get that you have to verify the claim. Afraid of being extradited to Nigeria from Finland, Simon Ekpa now is in Venezuela. That is the report. So the reasons may be that because he's afraid of being extradited or moved from Finland to Nigeria. And you know that if Simon Ekpa is eventually extradited to Nigeria, the treatment that will be given to him will be less than that one that is being given to Nnamdi Kanu, because from reports and from some of the evidences that is online and what he has said, he has done a lot of havoc on the Nigerian state, especially those that are disguising themselves as terrorists to kidnap and make the Southeast uncomfortable. That is one point. The other point is which of these handles, who are the people piloting the story, who are the people telling us that Simon Ekpa has left Finland for Venezuela. I studied the handles that were all pushing the narrative, and I saw that it was from the southwest. Most of them were the southwest. They were happy that Simon Ekpa is running, and he could not stand and wait for whatever judicial process that is going on in Finland. Somebody even said that he is a coward like his former leaders. They could not stand and defend Biafra, and they are running. So that is a handle, a southwest handle. Now, how true is this story? We don't know how true that story is. We don't know. We are just in oblivion. Yes, we are in the air. We are trying to confirm whether that story is true. We are expecting a Simon Ekpa to, from his usual residence, do a video to debunk that claim that he's not in Venezuela, that he is in Finland. It's an easy one. Do a video that you are in Finland, so as to debunk whatever, according to, because on his Twitter page, he had to confirm that these guys are lying. They don't know what they are doing. They're just carrying propaganda. But it's as easy to debunk that propaganda if you do a video in Finland. Why is it that some of our Yoruba brothers are just not comfortable with us talking about a Biafran nation? Why? Why is it so that when you talk about Biafra, people just feel uneasy? People don't just like to hear the name Biafra. Why? I think this hatred or this disgust for anything Igbo is getting to another level. Or is it that the kind of people they experience every day are not the best part of Igbos? We have Igbos that are wonderful people. So what image you have about Igbos, you need to, I don't know. When you talk about Biafra, when you talk about IPOB, they call you a terrorist or this or that. They, knowing fully well that they are just carrying on propaganda. We know them as propaganda people. It's a normal thing. It's their day-to-day living. That's why most of them can excel in a corporate world, in the civil service. Some of these guys can excel because in civil service, you must know how to play politics and live a propagandous life. If you have worked in an office before, if you have worked in an office, you need to start learning how to play your politics, know how to use propaganda. Is not necessarily evil, yes, but in its true self, it is a game. You know how to play your game. So that's why they succeed when it comes to the corporate world. You know that's so. What is the issue? Is it that these people are happy that the federal government wants to extradite Simon Ekpa? Why? See, there are so many things happening in Nigeria today that you'll be so confused. You might not know what to say or what to do, or you might not know where else to go. Yes, also the DOS is the Nigerian, the IPOB in Nigeria. Simon Ekpa is IPOB in Finland, so the DOS is IPOB in Nigeria. They are also happy that a Simon Ekpa is being extradited. Ohaneze is happy that a Simon Ekpa, it's the process is going on that will bring Simon Ekpa to Nigeria arrested by Nigerian Finland collaboration. They're happy. When that news came from one of the Southwest Yoruba handles, when that news came out, you see the jubilation all over. So the question is, why are they happy that Simon Ekpa is being, or he will be extradited? Number one, the hate is there. Number two, you're not feeling comfortable with anything called Biafra. Really, they don't want Igbos to go. They just want to subdue them and use them to foster the progress of Nigeria that benefits them the most. They want to use Igbo, put Igbo down, and use Igbo to foster, propagate the gospel that benefits them the most. Because the North and the Southwest are most beneficiaries of this country and the wealth in this country. The North and the Southwest, or the Fulani and the Southwest. Now, I'm very, very concerned. There are questions I need to ask. Allegations from DOS, IPOB, in quotes, in Nigeria, saying that A. Simon Ekpa is being sponsored by the ABC. These are genuine questions I want to ask. So if you are listening to this broadcast, I'm asking questions I don't understand. If I don't understand this, I need to answer. First, let's clear the doubt that he's not going, or he has not gone to Venezuela. Do a normal video he does every other day. Do a video in Finland, so that we will confirm this, not playing around the bush. Because there are some actions that does not really go down well with most people who are in support of a Biafran nation, from either the DOS or the IPOB Finland. There's some actions that don't go down well with us. Now, the accusations from some of these guys, they say that Simon Ekpa is working for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the APC. That the APC is using Simon Ekpa to destabilize the Southeast. That the APC is using Simon Ekpa to cause more havoc in Nigeria so as to delay or not even release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They say the actions of Simon Ekpa will make it difficult for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released. He's being funded, he's working for the APC. That's the allegation from this DOS. They call him an Efulefu in Finland. So let's look at what Elochukwu Hagi says. If you are thinking that those who recruited the criminal Efulefu in Finland are done using him, then you are not following events. So it's, according to the allegation, Simon Ekpa is being used by Tinubu's or the federal government. I don't know how true that is, but I always want to study events. I always want to study how things are being done. You understand? But one thing that my study has got him is that I know that Nnamdi Kanu being kept in prison. Nnamdi Kanu cannot get justice. The justice system cannot hold or prove that Nnamdi Kanu is guilty if all things being equal. It is a government, is a persecution. The government are the one holding down Nnamdi Kanu, and it is for a reason. I have said it countless number of times. Nnamdi Kanu is there to spite the northern people if they want to go haywire. Tinubu is playing them politics 101. if the northern people is going to threaten the existence of Tinubu and his government to an extent whereby they want to take Nigeria away from him, he's going to release a Nnamdi Kanu, then everybody will now create their boundaries. The North will be worse hit. The North will be worse hit if Nigeria is going to be divided, because South want to create their own boundaries. The Southeast and some other people around that area want to create their own boundaries. The oil that is feeding Nigeria, but whether it is 30% or 70% forex or 30% whatever, the oil that is feeding Nigeria will be cut off. Most northerners are the ones that are benefiting from the oil in Niger Delta. Most northerners own oil wells. Dangote is a northerner, has a refinery. How many people from the south has refineries, or from some part of the southeast or Ondo? How many of them have the leverage a northerner has, opening one of the biggest refineries in the world, in Africa, one of the biggest refineries in the world also. So the North will be worse hit. That means Dangote will be out of business. Many of these guys will be out of business. Their wealth will diminish and everything. So Tinubu is playing that game, and the North would rather not cross that red line. They will patiently wait for him to win the next election. They will try all they can. They will patiently wait for 8 years. Then they will not claim what they are going to claim. Tinubu cannot do anything, cannot dictate for the North after 8 years. The North is going to determine who's going to be the next president after 8 years. But for the time being, Tinubu as the president, he will spend his 8 years, because the way Nigeria is constructed, the way Nigeria is structured, is not structured to give you democracy. It is whoever, winner takes all. The presidency is powerful. That's why a Dangote, when he was making revelation about Malta, he cannot indict the president now, even though the president has an oil well or a refinery, blending plant. You know the powers the presidents have. He knows well. So that Malta he revealed that some people have a blending plant in Malta. He's using it to spite those people that are attacking him from NNPC, that want to sabotage his business from NNPC. That is what he's doing. Because if Dangote refinery starts working, most refineries that are abroad will go out of business, because it's going to feed Nigeria and some parts of Africa, which we all need. That is on the side. So he is very wise, because the president is as powerful as taking his license, discouraging him, even telling NNPC not to supply him crude, find one way or the other to shut down his businesses. That is why you see a Peter B is careful of the lines he crossed, because the federal government, the presidency, has enough power to destroy anybody within his 4 years. So he's playing that game. The North is ruthless. The North is very, very bitter and angry. They are regretting having a Tinubu in the seat of power, but that is their business. So Nnamdi Kanu being there is one of the cards that the president regime is going to play on northerners. So how does Simon Ekpa come in? I believe, from what I've understood so far, that the federal government wants to make the southeast unstable as long as it can to remain in power. That is my suggestion. So whichever force is responsible for the instability in the southeast is complicit. Now, when Nnamdi Kanu went to one of the court sessions, appeared in court, he kicked against violence, killings in the southeast, shedding of blood in the southeast. He kicked against it. We know the government has a hand in whatever insecurity that is happening in the southeast, but the government cannot be successful without collaboration. So my question is, according to what the DOS is saying, is the government collaborating with the state governor or non-state actors to make sure there's insecurity in the southeast? Because there's nothing that is impossible. That is not happening. I've argued with a lot of people, and I said, if you're going to achieve the state called Biafra, you need to preserve some things. There are some things you need to preserve. Because of the baby is misbehaving, you don't throw away the baby and the bathwater together. So these allegations have made me, for the past 3 weeks, I've sat down. I am thinking. I'm even confused. Don't know what to say about these allegations. Is it true that APC can sponsor a Simon Ekpa? Is it true? Is it really? Is it a reality? What are the possibilities of the APC government sponsoring a non-state actor? There are possibilities of a government, yes, sponsoring a non-state actor. There are allegations of that in the north. Yes, government empowering bandits. That one is, yes, we can say it happens in the north. But now in the southeast, people are afraid to go home as we speak. Along the corridor of Enugu, Abuja, Kogi, you see kidnappings. From the southeast to Abuja, kidnappings. People are afraid to move to their hometown. And most of the kidnappings are made by indigents. You don't know what it means. We had Isakaba now, then. So the people that were doing all the criminal acts during Isakaba days, were they Fulani? They were Igbos now. They were doing the criminal. So Fulani set an example. Some indigents that are jobless, that are criminal minded, they have intentions of carrying out criminality, will now follow suit. So when you go to your village, you are well to do in your village, you need to go around with escorts. If not, some of those young guys that have seen kidnapping as a luxurious business will kidnap you and you pay from your nose. And it seems this kidnapping is becoming an industry in Nigeria. So is it that the government is aligning with these sets of people to cause insecurity in the southeast so that they will not find their ground? I've been asking myself that question. So if you have answers to that question, you can put it on the comment section. We know that whatever Simon Ekpa is doing also contributes to the awareness that we Biafrans, we are here. We are not pushover. What he's doing, making the world, lobbying agencies, international agencies, to make sure that we get Biafra by all means. That is wonderful. But for the fact that the government wants to put the southeast unstable so that they can remain in power, they can subjugate the Igbo man, is something that I have noticed. How can the government do it without collaborating with some people within the southeast? That is a possibility. So who are those that are collaborating with the federal government to make sure that the southeast is unstable? These are the questions. You can call it Ohanese. You can call it politicians in the southeast. You can call it some of the governors. You can call it some criminals. Maybe DOS say it is Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa say it is DOS. So where are we going to stand? Who is the person that is going to make us believe that Simon Ekpa is not working for the APC? Is it the DOS that will tell us that Simon Ekpa is working for the APC and we believe? What is happening? But my concern now is that let us debunk if it is a rumor, if it is a fake news. If it is a fake news that Simon Ekpa has gone to Venezuela, let us debunk that fake news. Let Simon Ekpa do a video where he is doing his broadcast, probably before, so that these guys that hate Biafrans will be disappointed over and over again. I am unapologetically an Igbo man. We have useless Igbo men. We have useless people from every other tribe. But I am unapologetically an Igbo man. They call it, there's one name they call it. If you have Igbophobia, I'm sorry. We are human beings and we need to exist. We are existing, we have come to exist. We are wonderful people, creatures of God. Nobody is going to subjugate or subdue the Igbo man. We get refined like old wine. We refine all the time. This persecution from the Nigerian state will come and go. the Igbo man, the Igbo nation will remain. A government that hates Igbos will come and go. The Igbo man will remain until the day of salvation, until the day of freedom, redemption. Africa is going to be great again. We have so much skills and talent, so much destiny to fill. We allow very few people to put us down. But one day, those chains will liberate ourselves from those chains and will come to the light. The land of the rising sun the sun will rise. Nothing stops the sun from rising. We might have some disadvantages as a people, but that's irrespective of that. We'll focus on our strength and rise up. Nobody's stopping Biafra. See, even though it takes 100 years, whatever, one of these days is going to be. Someone says 2nd of December. We are watching. We are waiting. That nothing will stop. Nothing. Ever. Whoever that wants to get angry, there's a transformer down your street. Go and hug that transformer. So much for hating on a human being. Thank you.